Hello students, welcome to Begyan Academy. Let us discuss a very important topic of your South Indian history, that is the history of the Bahmani Kingdom. So when we study history, the students have this tendency to ignore the South Indian history, but remember South Indian history is very important from your exam perspective. Okay, so today that is why we will discuss a very important topic of South Indian history, that is your Bahmani Kingdom or Bahmani Empire, and this time period is your 15th century. See what happens, this Bahmani Sultanate, okay, this Bahmani Sultanate or Bahmani Empire, this established from the disintegration of the Bahmani Sultanate, okay. So see, this Bahmani kingdom, once it was a very large kingdom, okay, Bahmani kingdom, large kingdom, but later what happens, this was disintegrated into different parts, and it was divided into different Deccani sultanates, okay, Deccani sultanates, okay, because it was a part of Deccan, and this different parts we consider is a Deccani sultanate. So how many parts? 1 2 3 4 5. You can see 5 colors, 5 parts: Berar, Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Bidar and Golconda. Okay, so Berar, Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Bidar, Golconda, this is the 5 Deccani sultanates that formed out of the disintegration of the Bahmani Kingdom. You can see the geographical area is near your Deccan region. Okay, northern Deccan. It was this region where this sultanates were ruling, and the founders of each kingdom were different. Okay, but basically I said the sultanate means they were the Muslim rulers. Okay, Muslim rulers, and they can trace their origin from the northern sultanates. Okay, so now if we see the 5 sultanates, as the central authority collapsed, the Bahmani Empire, the kingdom collapsed, and there were 5 Deccani sultanates that were formed under different rulers. Now see, Bijapur was formed by Adil Shah Shahi, also called as Adil Shahi dynasty. Ahmednagar, Nizam Shahi dynasty. Berar, Imad Shah, so it is Imad Shahi dynasty. Golconda, Qutub Shahi dynasty. And Bidar, Barid Shah, so it is called as Barid Shahi dynasty. So these are some of the founders of this kingdoms. Now this breakup occurred during the time period of 15th century, and the predecessor, it means the founders, they have emerged directly from the Bahmani Sultanate. And near this region, what happens? Near this region, this Vijayanagar Empire was there. So there was a continuous rivalry between the Deccani Sultanates and between the Vijayanagar Empire. Okay, since there is a close proximity between the Vijayanagar Empire and this Deccani Sultanates, that is why there was a continuous conflict and wars going on between the Deccan Sultanates and the Vijayanagar Empire. Now, if we see the major powers among the 5 Deccani Sultanates, okay, major powers among the 5 Deccani Sultanates, if we consider, then the large one, Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda, these 3 were very much large and powerful among the 5 Deccani Sultanates. Okay, Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda, they were the large kingdoms, large areas. Bidar, Berar, somewhere if you can see that these are some smaller regions. Okay, between this 3, they are sandwiched. Okay, they are sandwiched. So the major powers, Bijapur and Golconda among the 5. So Bijapur, Adil Shahi dynasty. So the founder Adil Shah, as I said that, also known as Yusuf Adil Shah, and after this we call them as Adil Shahi dynasty. Okay, geographical area, Karnataka region. Okay, Karnataka region, you can see here, this is the Karnataka region. Karnataka region. Then you can see that the expansion, they have conquered the Raichur Doab. Doab means what? The area between the 2 rivers. Do means 2. The area between the 2 rivers. So Raichur Doab means the area between the Krishna river and the Tungabhadra river. Okay. This area is very much important for this Deccani Sultanates. So they have acquired this area very much fertile when it comes to agriculture. So agricultural production is very much important here. Later, this area was annexed by Aurangzeb Aurangzeb in 1686. As we know that Aurangzeb was very much obsessed with South India. So this Deccani Sultanates were defeated by Aurangzeb, and this area was annexed by Aurangzeb at the end. Now Golconda, Qutub Shahi dynasty. It was founded by Qutub Shah or Kuli Qutub Shah or Kuli Qutub Mulk. So after this, we know this dynasty as Qutub Shahi dynasty. He ruled for many years, for around 171 years. This dynasty lasted for around 171 years, and later this Golconda Sultanate area was also annexed by Aurangzeb. These Deccani Sultanates will be attacked by Aurangzeb. Their areas will be annexed by Aurangzeb because Aurangzeb was very much obsessed with the region of Deccan. Okay, anyhow, he tried to occupy the region of Deccan. So Golconda also at the end it was annexed by Aurangzeb in 1687. Okay, this one 1686 and this one 1687, and these were the large kingdoms. Okay, the large areas. Now Bijapur was annexed, then Golconda was annexed. The key founders Adil Shah, this is Kuli Qutub Mulk. Okay, now Ahmednagar. Ahmednagar, this Deccani Sultanate, it was founded by Malik Ahmad Nizam Shah. We also call this Nizam Shahi dynasty. Some important figures here were Chand Bibi, okay, Chand Bibi, and then we also know Malik Ambar. This is some of the important personalities in your Ahmednagar kingdom. Now, during this time, there was a capital shift from Junar to Ahmednagar, eventually to Khadki, that is Aurangabad. Okay, Aurangabad is a place in Maharashtra. So, they have shifted the capital at the end towards Maharashtra, towards Aurangabad. Okay, so this was founded by Malik Ahmad Nizam Shah. Then Berar. Berar and Bidar were not that much large among the five. They were some small one, and later these areas were actually annexed by the other three only. Okay, so Berar, Imad Shahi dynasty founded by Fatullah Imadul Mulk, that is why known as Imad Shahi dynasty. Then the first to fall and annexed by Ahmednagar. As I said that Berar and Bedar were not that much large, that is why it was annexed by the other Deccani Sultanate. So this Berar was annexed by Ahmednagar in 1574. Okay, then we have Bidar Barid Shahi dynasty. This was founded by Qasim Barid I, and this was annexed by Bijapur. Okay, Bedar and this one Bidar and Berar, they were small and annexed by the other three Deccani Sultanate. This Berar was annexed by Ahmednagar, and this Bidar was annexed by Bijapur. Okay, and that your Bijapur and Golconda annexed by Aurangzeb. Okay, so now these two were annexed by the other three Deccani Sultanate, as we know. Now, turning point for the Vijayanagar Empire. As I said that this Vijayanagar Empire had a close proximity with the Deccani Sultanates. That is why there was a continuous war going on between these two parties. Now, what happens? There will be a major war in 1565 between the Deccani Sultanates and the Vijayanagar Empire. Okay, there will be a major war in 1565 between the allied forces of these five Deccani Sultanates and between the Vijayanagar Empire. And this battle was known as Battle of Talikota. Okay, Battle of Talikota. In this battle, Vijayanagar Empire will be completely defeated by the Union forces of this five Deccani Sultanate, and this led to the decline of the Vijayanagar Empire. Okay, this Battle of Talikota of 1565 marks the decline of the Vijayanagar Empire, and this Deccani Sultanates, they became very much powerful after the decline of the Vijayanagar Empire. Okay, so that is why this is very much important. Now, if we talk about some art and culture of this Deccani Sultanate, their contribution, then we have to talk about the language of Urdu, Dakhani Urdu means the South Indian Urdu, because as I said that the Deccani Sultanates were Muslims. Okay, so the language of Urdu will be developed here. This will be a blend of Persian, Arabic, Marathi, Kannada, and Telugu because it is South India. So this unique type of Dakhani Urdu will be developed during this time. Then Kuli Qutub Shah wrote the Kuliyat poetry on love and nature. This is a type of poetry that will be developed during the time of Kuli Qutub Shah, that is called as Kuliyat poetry based on love and nature. Then architecture, if we talk about Gol Gumbaz, okay, Gol Gumbaz, it was actually formed by Muhammad Adil Shah. Okay, so this was a mausoleum, the tomb, okay, mausoleum, the tomb of Muhammad Adil Shah in Bijapur. You will find the Gol Gumbaz. It is the tomb of this ruler. Then Golconda mein you will find the Charminar. Charminar you will find in Hyderabad, na, popular Charminar. This was also built during the time of this Deccani Sultanates. Then Qutub Shahi tombs. Tombs means the grave of this sultans. Then Mecca Masjid in South India. You will find Mecca Masjid as the contribution of this Deccani Sultanate. Then Bidar, the birthplace of Bidri ware, the zinc, the silver metalwork, then Rangeen Mahal, the colorful palace will be there. Then Ahmednagar, Farah Baksh Bagh and Hush Fish Bagh. Bagh means what? Garden. These are the popular gardens of this region during this time. Painting you will find here. The Deccani miniature painting will be flourished in this region. Ahmednagar, Bijapur and Golconda. This was influenced by the Persian art. So the contribution of art and culture is also very much important. Decline of this Deccani Sultanate. See, the Mughals, especially Aurangzeb, he was obsessed with the South Indian region. So his aggressive Deccan policy led to the annexation of this Deccani Sultanate and decline of this Deccani Sultanate. Bijapur was annexed in 1686 and Golconda in 1687 because Aurangzeb was very much obsessed with this region. So he aggressively annexed this region. Before this, Akbar have initiated the pressure. Ahmednagar fell into his hands 1636 under Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb was made as the viceroy of this region. See, Aurangzeb's father Shah Jahan, he tried to take these regions under him. He also took this region under him, like see Ahmednagar, but these areas were not completely annexed by Shah Jahan like Aurangzeb will do. Okay, and when Shah Jahan took these areas under him, he made Aurangzeb as the viceroy of that region to look after that region. But when Aurangzeb became the ruler, he directly annexed these areas, and this led to the decline of the Deccani Sultanates in South India. Okay, so this was all about your South Indian history, and these Deccani Sultanates are very much important, and they had their origin with the Northern Sultanates because they followed the Islamic religion, and under this rulers the art and culture was also very much developed in India. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much.